A few days back, Virat Kohli announced that he's planning on giving up the T20 captaincy after the upcoming World Cup. He announced this just 2 days after the BCCI had refused any such notion. And in the furor that has followed after that one incident, between rumours and clarifications, Indian captaincy seemed to have hit some rocky weather. But trust me, this isn't anything new. More appropriately, this had been the norm for the longest time in Indian cricket. Indian captaincy transitions have always brought storms along with them. Storms that seem to have calmed down for the past decade, but which now are just catching steam. So we begin in the year 1980, the time that Indian cricket went from being just another sport to a religion, and Indian cricketers, gods. So, the leader of those gods of the team that brought about cricket's transformation, surely his captaincy must have been cemented in gold, right? Well, within a year of winning the World Cup, Kapil Dev was thrown out of the captaincy. Yup, you heard it right. India's first World Cup winning captain had his captaincy taken away within a year of winning the World Cup and was given to Gavaskar. Now Gavaskar on his end was originally made the captain all the way back in 1979 and then had it taken away just 1 year before the World Cup. And then he got it back 1 year after the World Cup, which was again taken away within 6 months and given to Kapil Dev. It sounds like a badly written joke, doesn't it? Through all of this musical chairs of captaincy, Kapil Dev would sometimes accuse Gavaskar of purposefully playing bad, while Gavaskar actually went and dropped Kapil Dev from his team. It was a full-blown Hindi serial at a point. Between 1980 to 1992, India had a total of 9 different captains. 9. Till we finally decided on Mohammad Azharuddin. Now you would think that it was the match-fixing scandal that must have done him in, right? Well, that's half true, I guess. The first time Azhar was sacked was not in 2000, but all the way back in 1996. Losing the World Cup semi-final, which was followed by a disastrous English tour, made sure that a 23-year-old Sachin would get a chance at the top. In the next 1 year, Sachin's decisions were largely ignored by his seniors. His suggestions were discarded by selectors, and in spite of a stellar performance in the last series, Sachin was unceremoniously sacked in 1997. The official statement was, it was agreed by all that burdening the man with captaincy was not in the interest of Indian cricket. In short, he's just too important as a batsman to be the captain. Well, for somebody who was so important for India, it seems kinda odd that he didn't get a single call from the board or the selection committee informing him of his sacking. He came to know about it from a friend in the media. Sachin still maintains he feels humiliated and disheartened whenever he remembers those days. Anyways, in Sachin's place was the new, old captain, Azhar, who remained in place till the scandal, after which Sachin was again thrust into the fire, hoping that his stellar reputation can soothe the broken heart of an entire nation. But within 6 months, Sachin, with his failing health, decided to voluntarily step down as a captain, giving Saurav Ganguly the spot and ushering in a new era of Indian cricket. How that era ended though, that particular debacle deserves a video of its own. But for now, it suffices to say that if everything else before this was a storm, then this was a shitstorm, which nearly tore Indian cricket apart. So, coming back to the point, Indian captaincy has been a stormy affair. It has always been so. But things took a different turn under Dravid's captaincy. Dravid himself gave up a chance to become the T20 captain in 2007, so did the rest of the lineup of seniors. And in a close fight between Yuvraj, Dhoni and Sehwag, Dhoni managed to come out on top. There were some grumblings as always, but the upcoming T20 World Cup and its result put all of that at rest. Reports have come in now that Dravid wanted to give up captaincy completely after the 2007 World Cup when people were calling for his head. But he endured that storm, took India for a historic victory in England, and when everybody was praising him, he gave up his captaincy. I still remember it being such a boss move. I leave, but I leave after proving my worth. Anyways, ODI captaincy went to Dhoni, but Test captaincy, that was first offered to Sachin, and after his refusal, it went to the dark horse, Kumble. Kumble on his side said that having Dhoni behind the stumps would prove a big help, while Dhoni happily accepted this apparent snub for the captaincy position. And so it was that for the first time in Indian history, captaincy would be split between two people, with no drama, no fuss on either side. Well, if you think this went smoothly, then what Kumble did can be said to be the poster boy of no drama. Australia was visiting India in 2008, and in the third test, during the match, Kumble suffered a deep cut on his left little finger, which needed 11 stitches, right on the next day.
Breaking news, we've just heard that Anil Kumble has announced his retirement from Test match cricket after this Test match. So he won't even be playing in Nagpur.
Forget about captaincy, he gave up on cricket itself. When asked later, he bluntly said, I had already decided to leave after this series. But once I realized that I won't be at 100% for the fourth test, I decided it on the spot. And that was that. Dhoni became the captain in all formats. Dhoni, the captain that won India the T20 World Cup, the ODI World Cup and the Champions Trophy on December of 2014. Midway through a series in Australia, playing his 90th test, copied Kumble's move and announced his shock retirement from Test cricket. Now he could have easily played 10 more matches. There were rumours about giving Test captaincy to Kohli, but all selectors were unanimous that Dhoni should complete his 100 Test milestone as the captain. And still, he just up and retired. Even the next step wasn't much different. On 4th January 2017, on the sidelines of a Ranji Trophy semi-final, Dhoni talked to the chairman of selectors M.K. Prasad and told him he was done. He believed that Kohli should have enough time to build his own team before the 2019 World Cup, and that was all. He gave up the captaincy. So, you can see the pattern here. Starting from Dravid, the stormy sea of captaincy seemed to have mellowed down a bit. It may just have to do with the personalities of the people involved, or just that the board and the cricketers seem to have learned how to deal with success. But in spite of social media rumors and alleged scandals, the captaincy itself has had a very smooth sailing for the past 14 years. So, just don't be too surprised or panicked given the people involved this time if the boat shakes a bit. After all, captain of the Indian team today has become one of the most powerful positions in cricket at large. So just strap in, settle down for a bumpy ride. We have been through worse. And trust me, this way or that, in the end, we will come out on top. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you have a beautiful day today. Thank you for watching.